Camera speed.
Sound production, take one.
Rolling! Action!
Hi guys, it's Q Chris back with another video, and today we'll be talking about underrated Disney films. Spoilers ahead. I will be explaining plots of certain movies, so if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Or watch this. It doesn't really matter. Also, disclaimer, these are just opinions. Don't get your panties in a bunch. Okay? So, let's begin. So the first movie I want to talk about is The Hunchback of Notre. It was a Disney film in 1996, and it was an adaptation of Victor Hugo's, A Hunchback of Notre. Now, the story follows a young man named Quasimodo who is disformed, and he was adopted by a Judge Frollo. Now, the reason why this movie is underrated, okay? It's underrated just for the simple fact of the deep issues. This is one of Disney's darkest films, and it got some real issues like religious ideas, hypocrisy, genocide, and just acceptance, really. It also has a strong female heroine who is, Lord, and an even stronger hero. And another thing that they do in this movie is the guy doesn't get the girl in the end. They switched it. You know how Disney's are, it's guy/girl falls in love with someone and they spend that entire movie, trying to get him. Not in this movie. Guy falls in love with girl falls in love with somebody else. What do you do with that heartbreak? Also, let's not talk about the score, okay? The score. Beautifully written music, haunting tunes, songs that'll make you cry, make you think. It's just an overall beautiful movie, and I feel like everybody should watch it. Now, the second movie is Treasure Planet, and I fucking love this movie. Okay, I've seen this movie when I was little, and I absolutely loved it. It takes a page out of Treasure Island, and they turned it into aliens in space and rocket ships and all that stuff. It's about a young man named Jim Hawkins. Pause real quick. This man is fine. Okay, just gonna pause. Continue. And he's troubled. I don't know how old he is, but he's gotta be in his teen years. His dad left him, so he doesn't really have a father figure. And it's so freaking good. It takes a toll it doesn't deal with the princesses and the I love you. It has a deeper meaning of finding yourself, what you want for yourself, father figures, and all that type of stuff. And it's an adventure movie too. It's got good comedy, a good cast, intriguing characters. Like I said, this man is fine. It's just a good movie. And there's one song in that movie that I've loved it ever since. It's on my phone. I love it. Now, the reason this movie is not known is because it opened the same weekend as Harry Potter. The movie came out in 2002. And we all know how popular Harry Potter is, so it overshadowed Treasure Planet. And, little known fact, there was supposed to be a sequel and a TV spinoff, but it never happened. And it breaks my heart every day. Next movie, Brother Bear. Where do I begin with this film? If you watch that movie as an adult, like I did, it is emotional, man. That is a good movie. I can't really give the whole entire plot without spoiling things. Just as man turns into a bear, he finds a bear, they go on an adventure. Woo. Like a little bear cub, right? Okay. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but this movie, it really gets you. It teaches you about perspective. It really does. And of course, teaches you about brotherhood. It also teaches you about death. Yeah. It's got a great soundtrack. Tell everybody I'm on my way. Iconic, okay? Everybody knows that song. And it's funny, it's sweet, it's touching, it's heartwarming. It's just a beautiful film that I feel like a lot of people don't give it a lot of credit. The next movie is a Goofy movie. Now, this movie has gotten a bigger following over the years. I'm not even gonna lie, more people know about it now than they did back then. I knew about it back then. Okay? Let's not be fake here. But it deals with Goofy. And he's a single dad raising his teenage son. Mickey ain't got shit on Goofy. Got shit. Now, the plot of the movie is technically father-son bonding. You know? How does a father deal with his teenage son that's, kind of anti, that doesn't really want to hang out with you, that's more focused on girls and making a way for themselves, It's a really actually heartwarming film. And it really dives deep into, I'm your father, I want to be in your life. And I'm a son, I'm trying to make my own life. Not to mention, again, fire soundtrack. Absolute fire. Side note, they came out with a sequel too. The sequel is also equally good. Throughout the movie, they start to learn about each other. It's so good, y'all. And like I said, it's got a following over years. So, I know I said underrated and more people know about it, but some people just take another watch as an adult. And feel it in your heart. Because it's deep, it's sweet, and it's just good. Now, let's talk about The Emperor's New Groove. I know a lot of people know about this movie, but it's still underrated. So, the whole thing is, Disney they had more freedom with this movie. So, they decided to do a movie about comedy. This movie is a comedy. It breaks the fourth wall. The characters actually engage with the audience. A lot of self-awareness. And it's funny. It's good. And unfortunately, it just didn't do well at the box office as, Disney thought it was going to do. But it is about a selfish prince. And I mean selfish, he's an asshole. And a sweet, loving peasant guy. He turns into a llama and now they're trying to, get him to turn back into an emperor. This movie, as funny as it is, it's another one of those movies with developing characters. The development of these characters is so good. They all learn lessons in the end of the movie. And that's something that a lot of, film goers go for. It also has the amazing Eartha Kitt playing Yzma. Also giving props to Disney to make the main character unlikable. If you look up any Disney character, they all are likable in some type of way. Cusco, he's an asshole. You're not gonna like him right away. Yes, he's funny, but what he does isn't. And I give a nod to Disney for that. Now, let's talk about some honorable mentions, shall we? We got The Jungle Book, reasons. It's in the freezer. It's the shit. No one understands. Meet the Robinsons. Deals greatly with family, adoption, and your future. The Rescuers. And if you just look up the most underrated Disney films on Google, it'll give you a list of 20. Also, some of these facts are real facts. I'll put the link in the description below so you can read more about it if you're interested. And yeah, those are some of the Disney movies that are underrated to me and a lot of other people. Because I did ask friends what they thought the most underrated Disney film was.
That's a wrap.
Alright guys, that's my cue. See you on the next video.